Survivor is back, baby. Season 49 of Survivor is coming out very, very soon, in just a few short days. And so I got together with my merry band of drafters that I have been drafting with for the past few years to draft teams for this season just a few days before it comes out. The way that our draft works, we do a snake draft where we go from 1 to 6 and then 6 to 1 and then 6 to 1 again in the third round so that everyone gets fairly balanced teams of who they want for their teams. It is 6 drafters, so 6 teams of 3. We only had 4 of us available to show up for the video, but we do have the lists of everybody else's choices on who they wanted for their team. And so everybody gets who they wanted on their top targets as we go along the draft. Also, quick warning, a little bit of spoilers for who was on the cast of season 50. We know that there are 2 contestants from this season on season 50. We do talk about who those 2 contestants are. If you don't want to know that yet, that is mentioned in this video. But if you already know, or if you don't care to find out, then you watch ahead. All right, Survivor 49 draft. Here we are. We are in low numbers today. Only 4 of us. Jossie and Ryan couldn't make it, but they will be drafting. They sent me their lists beforehand to help us out in who they would like to draft. And so Drew won the previous American Survivor draft in Survivor 48 with Kyle, which means, Drew, you get to pick the draft order for today, which I guess we'll have to memorize a little bit since we're missing 2 of the people. But
yeah,
yes. The floor is yours. What would you like the order to be?
You know, I've been very successful in my drafts in the past, but I have an interesting approach to this draft, which is that I've got some interesting vibes on some of the players. So I'm going to put myself at number 3.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay.
Well, North, since you were so kind as to put me at number 1 of Australia versus the world, I'm going to put you at number 4.
What?
And because Ryan and Jossie aren't here, I'll do Jossie 5, Ryan 6, and then between Roma and Lucy, because you guys did show up, I'm thinking of a number 1 through, let's say, 49, and whoever's closer will be 1.
28.
25.
Okay, so the number was 49. So Roma will be 1, and then Lucy will be 2.
Yay! Number was 49.
I got gypped. I gave you Parvati. You're not willing to give me Rizzo or what?
You did not give me Parvati. You gave me slot number 1. There's a difference. North, let it be known I only put you at 4 out of us 4 because I was like, I picked 3 for myself, and I was like, I know you've won one already.
No,
Roma and I need it.
Yeah, we got to spread the wealth.
Should I start?
Yep, you get first pick.
Okay, so with my first pick, I'm picking someone that I know a decent amount because I heard that they were going to be cast in season 50, and so I think they've been on my radar for some time now. The person I'm casting is also drafting is also from the Bay Area, California, so I feel like I have a personal connection to them. And their profession is a former reporter, so Savannah. I feel like she just has a good chance of going far and doing well and she has she probably played interestingly enough to be brought back for an immediate next season. And she's pretty. So I feel like she can, I don't know, she'll do well. Like, I feel like I trust that she'll do well if the producers liked her enough to bring her back. Like, that's truly the bottom line of my reasoning there. But her traits are also enticing.
When you said former reporter, I really was like, wait, so it's not Savannah, then who are you talking about? Is she actually listed as former?
That's what this Paramount website I'm looking at says.
But she's like in marketing now or something, right?
Mhm.
That's so random.
She knows how to talk to people. She knows how to market herself. I don't know.
I mean, this was my first pick too. I'm mad because I feel like I should get her because I picked her on 50, but
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, you have her for that season.
I know. So go back to back. It's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, even if I didn't know that she wasn't on 50, I think like out of the other people, she definitely is like one of the more standout people, just in terms of like personality and like.
Yeah, even in her like 1 minute video, her talking about like how she wants to like be all like Russell Hantz like or whatever.
Yeah, that was wild. I didn't expect
spreading
that.
rumors. Like,
She said she loves villains. I'm like, period.
Yes.
We need more of those.
Yeah. I expected that she would be the first pick no matter what. I think that even I actually, if I didn't know that she was going to be on 50, she probably would have been my winner pick. I decided, I was like, well, it's too obvious, but I do think makes sense that she's a very high pick. Well, maybe we'll find out who the real winner will be when Lucy makes her pick for the second pick of the draft.
That's gonna be the winner. Okay, I hope. Okay. So Savannah was my number one, obviously, and I'm deciding between my 2 and 3 right now. And I'm gonna do something shocking and not pick a woman first, which is insane for me.
What?
I know I'm growing.
I would say that's.
Or maybe I'm regressing.
Yeah.
Branching out.
I think I'm going to go with my second pick. I was debating someone else, but I really like this guy. And I think that he could go far. I think he'll be underestimated. I don't know why. He just gives me the vibe of he's going to go far. He was also an alternate, so I feel like he has a little bit of chip on his shoulder. So I'm going to take Jason.
Oh.
Ooh.
This was the unexpected pick.
I like Jason.
I like Jason too, but you say what you want to say.
Who?
You, Lucy.
Oh, I already said what I wanted to say.
Did you say I want to say anything else?
I had him ranked pretty high. I think he seems, I think you're right about him possibly going under the radar.
He's like very smart. I believe he was like valedictorian of his class at UCLA or something like that. Like he's like a really
he's in law
smart
too.
guy. So I think
you think he'll lie about being in law?
Probably all of them do.
We just had a secret lawyer win last season, so yeah. I mean, I definitely think that it's interesting to think how like brains like that could factor. Maybe he'll be very strategic, but I could also see him overthinking. And I don't know how physical he is. He seems okay. He doesn't seem like a total nerd, so I don't know if he'll get picked off right away for being like, unphysical nerd. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of variability in this choice, but this is a fun take.
I didn't want to take Rizo and just be easy.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that's all on Jason, then Drew, you are number 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like my thinking going into this is obviously like you feel very inclined to pick Savannah or Rizo because they're on 50, but like the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't like that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna win. So, and the point of this draft is not to pick who goes the furthest, it's to pick the winner. So I really had to like check my bias in that realm. And so I had to like look at the cast in terms of who I think like is giving like winner potential in terms of what I've seen in other realms. And basically in this person's like interview, they felt very personable, very likable. I think they will have no problem sort of adjusting socially and making their way far into the game. And I'm hoping that they can like turn it out because I also think they're fun. I hope to watch them week after week. So for my first pick, I am going to go for Kristina.
I knew it.
I love her
I
vibes.
feel it.
I love her.
And I really hope she goes far.
She was high up on my list too. Like the only thing I worry about with her is like the physical aspect. Is she could be an easy early boot if they lose.
I think
But-
that's definitely a worry. But for me personally, like looking at the three tribes, like I don't see a world where yellow is like continually losing. Because like even if that happens again, like bruh, can we be for real? Can we have something new?
Yeah.
But also it's like with the fucking Survivor nowadays where the pre-merge is like 2 days basically, like I'm not that worried. I think it definitely is something I think like, oh, like is she gonna, it could be a factor, but I think like she will be able to overcome it.
Yeah, I was really high on her too. I loved her little video, and I watched another video that was like a cast analysis, and they compared her to Taj.
Ooh,
From Token
Good
Cheese,
comparison.
which I think is a good comparison. So
big fan of that.
Yeah, I love Kristina. She was very high on my list. She just seems like such a fun person. She was like the only woman featured in the promo at the end of 48. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but so I mean, she definitely got the highlight. So
she's winning. Like
I could see her being in the kind of like a Taj, like that kind of fallen angel. Like she's so personable, but like can't like win her way to the end, and so it's like she could easily kind of get caught in those like later like final five spot. But
let's not talk about that part.
well, I'm just giving like running theories here. But yeah, I would love a Kristina win. Well, now I have to root against her because she's on Drew's team. But
okay, I gave you the glorious spot of 4th place, so you won't be stuck with the last pick again.
Thank you. This is so. I mean, this is new territory for me. I've never been not on the end of the draft before to be in the center, so I have to like totally change my mindset here. But fortunately, I'm in a great spot. My top person still on the board. I am super excited about this pick. This is someone that like just like right off the bat, I just got the good vibe from. Just like even just looking at like, I feel like I make a lot of like judgments when like the cast photos come out, and then it's like I watch the interviews and like sometimes I'm like maybe I'm not so sure, but like I've already made up my mind. But this was someone that all through the way I just gave me good vibes. This person seems very level-headed. I think that they will just be like very cool, calm, and collected throughout their tribe. I think that they should be pretty safe in the pre-merge, hopefully, and I can see going all the distance. I am going for Sophie with an E.
Whoa, that is not who I thought.
That is not who I thought you were going to pick either, but she was also very high on my list.
Between her and like other Sophie and the pimple girl and the other girl, they're all so what's her T again?
I don't know. The only note I wrote down was I have no clue. So I can't tell you anything about her.
She's a strategy associate from New York.
That'll be helpful.
Honestly, I don't even remember that much about her. That's kind of partially why like she just seemed very like just like one of the more like normal like level-headed people that would just like get on through. You know, I mean, like Kyle was like the most normal person last season, and I can just see her. I don't know why like she's not kooky enough. I don't know why people would want to vote her out early.
She's on a pretty good tribe too. I feel like She's not with yeah.
I definitely see potentially a women's alliance on that tribe as well. Maybe with I know they said the women and Jason could potentially be an alliance on some podcasts and whatnot. So
yeah,
I see that.
I like it.
Yeah, this was I don't even have much to say about her. It just was that it just had that energy, you know. So we can move on to
was Ryan or Jossie next?
Jossie. Okay, so Jossie. Wait, I just realized that they're going to get double picks from the last two people.
Oh no! Wait, we're
gonna have a lot
in a row.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot to say about Jossie and Ryan's picks here. Jossie is getting her number 2 pick. Her number 1 pick was Savannah. Her number 2 pick was our Northwestern legend. No, not him.
No.
I clicked on the wrong slide. Alex.
Yes. I feel so inclined to root for him.
I have him quite low on my list. I don't know why. I don't remember why, but I just feel like I don't trust that he's gonna. I just don't know that he's gonna gel in that tribe.
Wait, who else is on his tribe? Let me look up.
I mean,
That's like Annie and Jeremiah, Nicole, and Sophie with an I.
Huh.
It's kind of giving Drew's analysis of the Gada tribe, of like the normal people versus the wackos, I guess.
Yeah, but I feel like you have more wackos than normal people.
Yeah, you might have more wackos, so I can see the wackos.
Oh wait, I ate that with Gada
running that
apparently.
Yeah.
I feel like looking at his tribe, I'm like, no hate to my queens of the world, Annie and Nicole, but I feel like those are kind of 2 more obvious early boot vibes that are out there. I think for like Alex himself, from his stuff we know he's a super fan and also journalism king. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see. He was kind of like midway on my list, so I'm sad to see him go.
He works in politics, right? So like I feel like that could be that could benefit him.
I do feel like he's like the exact like if I had to pick someone that Jossie would put as her like number 1 man, like someone I think his comparison in this video I was watching was Gabe, who she also had.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Now I'm going to make another even more wild comparison to Survivor 47. Alex kind of gives me Tiana vibes, in that I feel like he seems like he could have a lot of upside and do really well, but I also could see him just kind of being a normal person that fades into the background and it gets like taken out right before the jury, and you don't even remember that he was there. You know
what?
I agree with that.
You know what? I can see that. Although, I don't know if Tiana's the best example because like she literally was going to win if she didn't lose. So like,
true.
And I don't, and I don't know. Maybe he's the same. I don't know.
Maybe Alex is going to win if he doesn't lose.
You know, it's possible.
Maybe he's going to win and just win and not lose at all. We'll see.
I will say though, like in the grand scheme of like all these other players, if any of them win, I will be kind of shocked that then they aren't on 50. Like, I mean, maybe it's a chance that like, oh, I just won $1 million. Like, I want to go home to my family. Like, maybe that's also it. But like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm oscillating between like
how high I want to rank. I would love to see Savannah win, but if she wins, knowing like she's on 50 and like all this stuff about Marianne and stuff, I will be a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about my queen Savannah right now, and like I guess it is a little bit more forgivable if they drop Marianne if they like got rid of Marianne in order to put Savannah on if she's a winner, because they're like they wanted to keep the winner numbers the same, but also I'm like the fact that they're dropping Marianne to begin with, I'm always going to be like, what are we doing?
I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Dropping Marianne? Marianne should be
Yeah,
one of the
like-
top
I would
people
have
on it.
loved to see Marianne again. I didn't even know
I
about these
haven't even
rumors.
watched her season, and I would love to see her.
Drop
She-
Kyle. What are we doing? We're dropping Marianne and keeping Kyle? Like, need to
they're
balance
yeah,
winning
I don't know.
numbers.
They're making some weird choices, but I mean, like, hey, what can you?
We don't need to see Aubrey for a 6th time.
yes, over Marianne.
True.
Like, come on, Marianne's like the goat, man. But, anyways, that was a whole tangent.
True.
What was your point, Drew? Did you finish it?
No, I'm just like I'm excited to see him play, and I just went off on a tangent of just like all the other people who are not Rizo and Savannah, which is, I mean, it includes Alex, but unrelated to him specifically. So we can move on unless other people want to add stuff.
Well, speaking of Rizzo and Savannah,
wow.
Ryan is taking Rizzo.
Wow,
That's not surprising.
I'm kind of shocked it took this long.
How high was
Too,
it?
I just don't think he's gonna win, and so I think it's complicated because, like, he's probably gonna go far. So it's like, do you want to take someone that you know is gonna go far but may not win, or take a risk on someone else?
Yeah, I agree.
I will say, I think like on like first impression when we heard the two people, we were like, oh, so Rizzo's going to be the big character and Savannah's going to be like the good strategist that probably wins. But after watching their interviews, I actually think it's possible to even be the opposite. Savannah was like, I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to Russell Hantz and hide people's stuff and whatnot. And Rizzo like actually seemed very down to earth, and he was like, listen, I play it up in the confessionals, but I'm actually a hard worker, a level-headed guy. Like, I should think Rizzo is a way higher winner candidate than I expected him to be.
No, I agree with that, especially if he keeps the whole Riz God thing to confessionals only.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one thing, like when we heard he was on 50, and I'm kind of like, okay, but now that like seeing his video and whatever, he's giving a lot of like Charlie vibes to me, in the sense that like he's a big super fan. He seems a lot more personable and like tolerable than Charlie.
Less annoying.
But like, I can then see why they'd be
Speaking
like,
of people who don't need to be on 50.
yeah, I can, but then I'm like, do we need both of them? I don't know, but like, I'm gonna wait to make my official like decisions on him until we actually see him play. But yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, again, like ignoring the fact he's on 50, he, similar to Savannah, is one of the he stands out way more than a bunch of these other people, and so it makes sense. Like now that we're seeing his video, seeing a bit more about him, and especially his whole Riz God personality, that he is a major contender and is most definitely going very far. Whether or not he wins, that's a whole other question. That's what we're watching the show for. But
Bars.
Who has Rizzo on 50? Is it you, Drew?
I think it is me.
It was one of the last picks.
Yeah, I picked him on 50 because I was like, obviously back then I was in the mindset. I was like, if they're putting on two people, one of them has to win, but I don't know. I feel like every day I kind of change with that mindset. I don't know, because it's like they've brought people back to back before, and they haven't won. So
It's never been
We've
a winner.
never had a winner come back to back before.
Wasn't Sandra supposed to come back for All Stars?
She had parasites.
And she had parasites. But yes, we have not ever had.
Oh my god.
But then again, if you look at like Game Changers, like they brought Michaela and Zeke back to back, and like Michaela was pre-merge. So it's like
Very true, but also Game Changers.
Yeah. So I like for the 50 draft, I was willing to take that risk because it's like 50, and also he was one of the last picks left. But I feel like for this, I'm like, I do think he'll go far, but again, it's like, will he win?
I just don't think he will.
We're picking the winner in this draft.
I was very like, I don't think this guy's gonna win. Like when I heard he was on 50, but like after like seeing him actually speak and whatnot, I'm like, he does stand out. Like not just as a character, but as a strategist above a lot of these people, I think. So.
He gives a lot more runner-up vibes to me than winner, which is maybe then in my head I'm comparing him too much to Charlie now.
Yeah.
But
Runner-up, maybe fire-making loser.
yeah, it's giving finale episode.
Mm-hmm.
Our first 6 picks were my top 6.
Wow. They were not.
Really?
They were almost mine. 5 out of the 6 were in my top 6.
Wow. 2 of my top picks are still in.
Wow.
So stay mad.
Okay. Well, Ryan gets a second pick right off the bat, and it is going to be someone who this name might sound familiar. Sophie B.
Oh, wait, I wanted her, damn.
This was my 7th. Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow, Roma's
I didn't
on
have
fire.
her super. I didn't have her super high.
I felt she has really good, like, vibes, which I know is a horrible thing to, like, rate off. But then also, like, in her thing, it was like, oh, like, what Survivor do you think you'll play the most like? And she's like, I think I'm going to play the most like D. And to be honest, I kind of see it. I mean,
Really?
like,
A lot of
both
D
from, like,
comparisons.
Florida, Miami, but, like, beyond that, I'm like, she seems to have the same, like, in the confessionals, like, talking about herself, she's very, like, very passionate, but then, like, I think when it comes to, like, talking to other people, she's gonna, like, downplay that a bit, seem a bit more reserved. And also, like, she's on that same blue tribe where I'm like, I don't see a world where she's gonna be one of those first people out. And I think she's gonna be able to connect very well.
That's true. I think she'll connect well with Jake, given that she wants a meat shield. But
That
I also,
strategy, I don't know, girl, but
I know I can also see her overplaying too soon.
yeah.
She seems very eager. She really like, I don't know. I worry about her doing too much too fast.
Yeah. I mean, dipping back to the Survivor 47 comparison, she gives me big Annika vibes. I can see just like wanting to like really lead the tribe, doing a little bit too much, being a little too out there. And like I do feel like her position on the tribe like I would predict to be better based on the dynamics I predict that tribe will go. But I could see her potentially being that like kind of late pre-merge kind of flame out. But I do think she has a lot of upside. I think if she can make it like to the jury stage, I can see her going pretty far. But yeah.
I agree with that. All right, Jossie.
All right, back to Jossie. Now, I'm going to have you guys guess who you think. I'm surprised this wasn't Jossie's first pick, but this
Jake?
is Jossie's second.
Wait, the way that was what I was about to say.
I
Is
thought
it
this was
Jake?
going to be North's first pick.
No.
Wait, is it Jake?
It's Jake.
Wait, okay.
This is such a Jossie pick.
Wait,
this
yeah.
It is, but I
is a
thought it was going to be
Jossie-
you because I kept seeing comparisons to Joe, and I was like, North is going to love this guy.
I know. he did compare us with
here's
Joe a
the
lot.
tea. Here's the tea, which I can't take credit for this because someone else pointed it out in the comment section of the YouTube video I watched. But on his like thing, it was like, oh, what Survivor player is like your favorite or whatever. He said Joe.
But
And
he
like,
shouldn't have been able to watch that season.
and well, it's like, I mean, they like flew out when the season was like halfway airing, whatever.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
it was the
Joe-
double boot episode was the last they saw.
the which one?
The Say Cedric boot was the last episode that they saw.
So I'm like, I don't know. I don't have high hopes for him.
I like him more from his interview than I thought I would, considering I did not like Joe. But I do just hate the people who are like, I just want to play a loyal game. I never want to betray anyone. So
Yeah, like
Don't have
it
super
gets
high.
to it gets to a point.
yeah. But he seemed like a super nice guy, and his story was super sweet. Like the whole thing about I can't believe he's like going out there. Isn't his wife gonna have a child while he's out there?
Yeah, that was.
Or
that
it
was
did
really
happen while
interesting.
he was out there.
That's kind of cray.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then he talked about. I remember he said his dad is like going to be blind by the end of the year, and this is the last.
And this is
season
the
of
last Survivor season that his dad will
Watch.
be able to see.
There's a lot going on for this man.
Like,
Yes.
Like,
and also, he went to Australia to play hockey, and then became an Australian like stripper or something.
And then he met his wife in Australia, right? And then moved back to Canada.
which like I'm sure Canada's nice and all, but like Australia, girl.
I know. He's the first person from wherever he's from in Canada to be on Survivor.
Well, that's not like
Okay.
a
No, that's not, because it's
that's not a
someone...
huge hurdle.
Where is
like-
he from?
I want to say Saskatchewan, but I think I'm just making that up because of the
Like,
I
because
think
of
you're right.
Pepperoni, yeah.
I mean, like they
Well-
just started Canadian, so it's like
Well, he's
it's like some other guy was like, I want to be the first male tourist to win, and I'm like, who gives a fuck? I'm
He's
sorry.
from Saskatchewan.
That was Jeremiah. I know. That was
He's from
so.
Regina, Saskatchewan.
He is from Saskatchewan.
He currently lives in Alberta.
Okay, but he's from
originally
Saskatchewan.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Canadians do well. So I mean that definitely is a factor. I will say I was not so sure about first vibes on him, but after watching like the video, I was a little bit higher on him than I thought. I do think he seems like the kind of like mid-season boot that he's kind of like, you know, he's good enough, but then people are like, this guy's clearly way stronger than everyone else. Like, I mean, he's not that similar, but I compare to like a Kyle, the Kyle from 47. Like, you're winning too many challenges, you gotta go. Doesn't really matter anything else, you know. But, you know, I think he'll be all right pre-merge. I can see. I think you mentioned him and Sophie B earlier, linking up. I can definitely see that. So, yeah.
Who's the other one from Canada? There's a second one, right?
Jeremiah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
He's gonna be the first male tourist to win Survivor, of course.
Wait, like, did you guys see that TikTok a while ago where it's like people on Survivor be like, and the person's like, yeah, they've never had 3 firefighters sit together at the end. Like, they've never had like 2, like brown hair, blue eyed women with like pierced ears sit together at the end, like random shit like that. Where I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's like way too specific. Like, I probably would have been at this point in a toss-up between my third pick on the board and Rizo. So Rizzo's gone. So I feel like I have a pretty clear pick that I'm excited about. Dipping back into the alternate well. I actually gonna have 2 alternates. Sophie, I believe, was the alternate for like 47 or something like that. And I'm going to take one of the other alternates from this season.
No.
MC.
Stop the count. Stop the
No,
count. Stop the count.
I wanted her.
Wait, I wanted her so bad, bruh.
Oh, she's who I forgot.
Good. Whew. Roma wasn't going to take her from me. Yeah, I get super great vibes from MC. She seems super personable, really just intense. Like, she's going to attack the game. I mean, listen, maybe I'm staking my claim similar to Joe and Eva. I can see MC and Sophie on the same tribe, getting along, kind of running that tribe together.
Which Sophie?
Sophie S.
Is that I or IE?
Sophie Segreti.
IE.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel I mentioned before I could see a women's alliance in that tribe. That'd be Sophie, MC, and Kristina. I think they could run that. I think MC. I mean, we've also seen alternates do well on Survivor. I mean, I guess that she maybe doesn't get a ton of alternate experience, considering her experience was the same as current. Just because she was for this current season, but. Yeah, I'm excited.
Wait, yeah, pretty much everything you said is why I was super excited about her. The one thing I was maybe a little bit wary about was the fact that she's like a very newer fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also like, I don't know, everything else seemed really good from her. So I was like, I could overlook it. So I'm mad you took her.
I'm very angry.
I'm glad. That's the exact type of result you want.
Good pick.
However, everyone was mad when I took Joe, and then by the end of the season, they weren't mad anymore. So let's hope that this goes differently.
Well,
yeah, I got my alternate crew. So stoked. She said her first season was Survivor 47, I believe, that she ever watched. I don't know how much she's watched since then. I guess it was really only a couple months in between that season and her filming, so
that's crazy.
Hopefully it's not giving Rome energy of like recent fan, but
was Rome a recent fan?
Yeah, Rome had just started watching like 3 months before he played. He binged every season. Or
Oh,
whatever.
that makes it like worse almost. Sorry.
I love that Roma came on camera just to react to that.
All right, I'm here. I'm just camera shy.
It's fine. All right. Any other thoughts on MC, or we can go back to Drew with pick number whatever this is, 10.
Yeah. Okay. My next pick is going to be. I got really good vibes from this person, because they seem again like social but strategic, and also like I feel like they seem very likable, and I don't think they'll have a problem like fitting into their tribe. I'm maybe a little bit worried about their future prospects just due to the fact that they're on a tribe with both Savannah and Rizo, because like that's also a thing where it's like,
No, don't do it.
but I'm choosing to ignore the fact that both, like, because truly the only reason that's clouding my judgment is because I know both Savannah and Rizo are on 50. And the fact that they're on 50 does not say anything about how far this person goes in the game. So I am choosing Jawan as my next pick.
Oh,
that's who I wanted.
Stuck on that. He seemed really cool. Also, he's a Sean Rector fan, so like
Yes.
I have to support. Like, he's got taste.
I was choosing between him and Jason for my first pick. He was very high up for me. I think his cast photo is like misleading as to like who he is. Like he looks so serious.
He looks so serious. I was like, oh, but then when he starts talking, I'm like, wow, like I love him immediately. Like that's my king.
Yeah.
I hope he does well. Also, I hope if nothing else, he maybe gets some potential job opportunities due to the fact that he's a video editor and then he's got that Marvel producer on his tribe.
Great pick. I'm surprised he fell this low, honestly.
yeah,
Me
he was
too.
very high on my list.
Because
Same,
I also
he's
think
pretty
compared
high.
to some of the other people, he seems like kind of like I forget who we were talking about earlier when we said this. I think it might have been you, North, when you were talking about Sophie with an E. Is that he just seems very level-headed and very normal and very chill.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not that many of those people on this season. So I'm like, that could be a huge benefit in that he's cool, calm, and collected.
Mm-hmm.
So I pick him.
I think also, like, I know he talked a lot in his interview. He was, like, comparing the contestants to Marvel characters and whatnot, and he's on the tribe with a Marvel producer. So that's going to be, like, an easy link up for him right away. So either that will cause his doom, or they will pull in Savannah and Rizo, and it'll go well. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But, yeah, other than the 58s, he was definitely the standout from that tribe for me. And so we're back to Lucy with pick number 11.
Right. I'm choosing between two people who are like could not be more different. But I think I might have to go with Jawan's hopeful sidekick. Hopefully his sidekick. I don't know that he will win. I don't know that I believe he will win, but I think that he will make it far, and I think he's very level-headed. I don't know. I think he'll struggle a little bit, but I don't know. I feel better about him than I want to pick someone else just because of where they're from, and I'm like, that's not why I should pick someone. So I'm gonna pick Nate. I think he'll have trouble like betraying anyone. He just seems like too nice. But he seems very like unproblematic, has that connection with Jawan. I don't know, he just seems very likable, and I could see people just like wanting him around because he doesn't cause any trouble and stuff like that.
Yeah. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me is also, I'm like, oh, is the fact that he's a film producer going to work against him? Because if people's like, oh, he's rich. But also, like, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know how much he's going to tell them. I think was going to say that he, like, has, done production, but I don't know if he's going to say that he, like, you know, produced, you know, the Avengers or whatever.
But I mean, like, hey, like sometimes people are like, oh, vote him out. He doesn't need the money. But also then there's people like Mike White who still make it to the end. So I have high hopes for him, especially because I'm like with that red tribe. I mean, you've got Rizo and Savannah, and just like knowing that they go on to 50, it's kind of like it has me worried about those other four. And I will say that like I have less high hopes for.
Yeah, I think that like Shannon is more of like an easy boot than he would be. Same with Sage, honestly.
Yeah, well, we'll get to them when we get to them.
We will get to them.
We'll get there. Yeah. I think he seems like a really friendly guy. I think he can be kind of like we talk about like mother figure, like a father figure, I guess, in the group. Yeah.
I just think he'll be likable, and people will probably not want to bring him to the end, but I think that will get him like far enough. I don't know.
I can see a men and Survivor 50 people alliance on that tribe potentially.
Yeah.
Based on all the discussion. So, Roma, you are.
Okay, so I don't have too many more thoughts on too many more of the players. So we're pretty much at everyone that I like didn't feel anything special from, like didn't see a spark from, didn't see like them holding up a check for $1 million. Like I just couldn't imagine that when I was watching their intros. Not to start this one off on more of a negative note. I remember this person's video. I thought they seemed young. They seemed like they were going to come in with a pretty hot strategy. Like, I don't know if that's going to work out the best, but at least they're coming in with like some ideas. It says here that they're a financial crime consultant. So that seems unique. That seems interesting. Maybe skills could be transferable. I picked Nicole.
I love Nicole's video.
I wish that I liked her, but I just don't.
Well, I thought her video was funny where she was like straight men, and then I looked at the comments and everyone was like, "Bring back normal survivors." I was like, "No, like I'm gonna defend my I'm gonna defend Nicole." Like,
I was between choosing. Oh, do I have to choose again? Oh no,
you just get to choose the second person. But
well, I'll tell you, the other person I was between, which we'll get to, I think is pretty different.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, Roma, you just are stuck with the last pick after this.
Oh, really? Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So you don't have to pick.
Wait,
you're welcome.
Wait, do we go? Doesn't Roma
This was
go
a
again?
new addition Drew implemented in 48 that we would go back to Ryan again.
I would love to have the last.
Because I think like
I would love
because if like Roma got the first one, so then if Ryan got like 6th pick and then also last place, like I feel like it's better if we do like 1 and Snake and then the thing again.
No,
yeah.
I fully agree. Good thinking. All
was
right.
that really the first time we did that was 48?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, sorry. I thought we had just been doing that for a while. Anyway, okay, never mind. We don't have to do it. I don't know, but
no.
Well,
I'm fine with that. I was gonna ask. I couldn't remember if we wanted to do it or not, but I
was between a straight man. Actually, I don't know if he's straight. I was between like a very normal looking person. Actually,
there's only one gay man left.
Wait, now I want to know who are you
all
thinking?
I have
I mean, I feel like I know who it is.
Steven, right?
Yeah, he's not. I thought he was gay, and then he said he had a wife.
But yeah, wait. I think Nicole. I think I'm gonna have fun watching Nicole because she seems like she's funny. You know, she's chill. Like I think she's gonna have some banger confessionals. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna giggle. Do I think the greater public will giggle with me? No, because if there's anything that we know from Survivor casual viewers is that they like send death threats to players. So like, I don't know. I'm excited to see Nicole. I think she's funny.
I don't have a lot of faith in her, but I think that out of all the tribes she could be on, I do think she got a couple people that she could potentially, like another like kind of weird people, which could be good for her. But I don't know. I see her going early, but I do think that if she makes it past the first couple votes, she could kind of be forgotten for a while.
Yeah.
I like Nicole. I had her pretty high on my list. I definitely think like, sure, she could get picked off early, but I feel like she gives like, I don't know, she seemed like she could be more strategic and be able to like be more influential than other bizarre people, I guess. Yeah, I think like Drew said, like very kind of just chilled out vibes. I think just be very calming in a sense. Maybe not calming is my word, but like just like, I don't know. I think she could keep her head straight if she can get a foothold in the tribe. So this is a very good pick.
Yep.
Thank you.
Back to Ryan.
Oh man, I can't even imagine having to draft any of the people that are left. So we are going back to Ryan, and Ryan is taking Sage.
I love her.
Girl,
I don't think she'll win.
There was a lot of red flags for me here.
She's
first of all
crazy.
The pimple jar is cray.
Yes.
She's kind of
She
giving
also
Carolyn.
said she's like annoyingly persistent.
A comparison to Carolyn, and I've also seen that.
Okay, yeah. I was like, the fact that she says she's like annoyingly persistent, and I'm like, you're annoying. I don't know. I'm a little worried. Like, I'm hoping she's fun. Like, I'm hoping she's like a Say, where she's like messy, but it's like in a fun drama way versus just being like awful at the game socially. But I don't know. I did not get the best hopes from her.
I didn't either, but I mean, she has a military background. She's obviously super strong. So I think that she'll do well in challenges. But other than that, I don't know.
She gave strange vibes in her video to me. Like
the opening with the pimple thing was like crazy. If I did that, you would not be able to waterboard that out of me if that was something I did.
Yeah. Important word is like if, because like, why would you do that? Why do you collect
to do it and then to tell the entire world that you do it? Those are two different steps of strangeness, but yeah, I mean, I do think she'll be intense. I could see her wanting to lead in a way. I could see her being a challenge asset. So, it's possible she could do better than you expect, but she gives pre-merge to me, other than maybe for challenge usefulness, but we'll see.
Yep.
So we shall see.
Is that all the thoughts on Sage?
No more thoughts on Sage.
Okay, then we are going over to Jossie. Oh boy. Okay, Jossie.
Wait, can I guess
someone
before you pick?
I should have you guess for Ryan.
I'm gonna pick Jeremiah.
I was also gonna say Matt Roma.
Either Jeremiah or I'm gonna say Steven.
I could see Steven too.
Well, you were all wrong, but you eventually got there. It is Steven.
Okay, well. He seems nice. He just seems very like bland. No hate to this king, but
he also just has so much energy. I'm just like scared he's gonna come out too strong, and I just think he's in a bad position on his tribe.
I think Steven is my first boot prediction, which is maybe a bit of a wild one because he is like maybe a challenge asset, but he just seems like he's going to come off so intense and just like, I don't know. I can just see people being like, we got to get rid of this guy right away. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the rest of his tribe, I don't know. Like, it's kind of tea. We also know both of the alternates were both on the yellow tribe.
Well, that makes sense because they were kicked out for like colluding pre-game, so it makes sense if they were on the same tribe.
That's interesting. I didn't think of it like that, but I support.
Yellow's a very alternate-heavy tribe. Oh, also, I think Sage was an alternate. Sage was an alternate for 47, and Sophie was for 48 or something like that, maybe?
Wow, the universe really said, Sophie, we're giving you a better scenario.
Yeah, come to the better season. Sage also was almost on Big Brother, I believe.
Yeah.
Which season?
25.
Yeah, because she started watching Survivor when she was in the military, or Big Brother when she was in the military, because it was the only thing they could get.
Mm-hmm. What?
Mm-hmm.
It was the only channel.
The universe was like, Sage, we're gonna give you a better situation.
I know, so like she was gonna be on there, and then she didn't make it on. She was in like casting finals, and then now she's finally ended up here.
Well, good for her. I'm like honestly glad she's on this because like I cannot imagine watching her collecting her pimples on the live. Like,
oh god, it's giving Kelly with her dead bugs.
Also, when she said she collected pimples, I would assume they're her own, but she didn't clarify that.
She's just like, give me that.
Like, you never know. And like her skin looks clear, so like who do you think gave you the pimples? You know, like. Okay,
no more on her pimples.
Okay,
back to Steven. Steven is also like very smart. Isn't he like a rocket scientist or something?
Yes, he's a rocket scientist.
He's from Denver. It's my king.
So I mean, I could see him getting along with Jason on that tribe. Perhaps, you know, they're both very intellectual. I believe he said he had good vibes from Matt, who's on his tribe, in his interviews. So
I'm just like, the start of his interview when he's like, Survivor's like a deep space mission. I'm like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Like the game hasn't even started yet. You don't need to be doing all these crazy metaphors. Like, I don't know. I'm sure he's nice beyond that, but I was just like, that's not a good starting foot for me personally.
I do think there's potential upside. I think like compared to some of the other later picks in the draft, I could see a world where Steven, if like, you know, maybe even like man, I'm like comparing everyone to Survivor 47, like an Andy, where like maybe he struggles at the beginning, but like he somehow sticks around long enough to like mellow out, get used to playing the game, and then is able to finally be a bit more strategic and go far.
I love that you're so convinced he's gonna like struggle at the beginning. Like, it's normal, but like I love it.
I don't know. That's just the vibe I got.
Wait, also he's an aspiring lunar landowner. Is that like owning land on the moon? Right?
I guess.
I think so. He was saying how he wants to like help people go to Mars and like something like that.
Well, that's like his job.
Yeah.
But I feel like owning land on the moon is a step beyond that. You know, he's got dreams and aspirations, and I support that.
He needs to win Survivor to buy land on the moon.
That's why he's aspiring.
We're going to steal the moon.
But yeah, I do think that there's like upside here. He's my first boot prediction, but if he does make it past that, I could see him doing well. So. In fact, he was at the bottom of my list, but I was even considering him actually just drafting him next because I do think there is that potential upside. So, okay, so it's back to me. We have 4 people left. I really do not know about these 4 people. I know who I don't want out of the 4. And then
what's it?
Should I say?
No.
I mean, you're picking. It's not like anyone's gonna.
No, but I don't want to influence who you pick next.
They're all boof.
I'll say the person I don't want when we get there. I think that let's see. I mean, I think, you know what? I feel so good about my first two picks that I'm just going to go for a fun pick. That I just think this seems like a fun person that I would vibe with. I don't think they're going to win, but if Gabler can win, anyone can win. I'm taking Matt.
I knew it. He seems like a nice
White man
guy.
with dreads.
That's probably who I would have picked too out of everyone left.
A video I watched said they thought he would be a pre-merge icon. Like he would go at the end of the pre-merge, but like everyone would love him.
I can see that. I can see like a Jelinski, remember him type.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say about him.
I forget he had like a job and then he like quit it to be the airport ramp agent.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember what his job was?
It was something like, I feel like it was something in like finance or something.
He was
boring.
like a stockbroker or
Yeah.
something, like on like Wolf of Wall Street vibes, like super high end professional, assumingly wealthy guy, and then was like, actually, I just want to like work at the airport and travel around the world, which I think is really cool. So I think he's got a lot of experiences and a lot of different things. He also talked about how he actually would be a lot more physical than you might expect by looking at him, because he works all the time throwing bags and whatnot, and I think that that's very interesting. I think that like just looking at him, he doesn't seem like someone you would expect to be able to win Survivor typically, but like I said, I mean, if Gabler can win, like I actually don't think Matt seems that bad. I just think that the odds are probably stacked against him, but I think he's got good vibes. He seems super nice. He's got a lot of experience in a lot of different areas.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think he might struggle given that like everyone else is like within like 7 years of each other in terms of age, and he's like significantly older. And also just the dynamic that we're thinking of, like that could be a all girls alliance in that tribe with Jason, and then Jason might have that connection with Steven because they're nerds.
Yeah.
Like he could be that like odd one out, but I hope he goes farther than that.
Yeah, that was my big worry. I think he's in a tough spot on that tribe, even though I just realized I drafted all people from the yellow tribe. So I'm going all in on yellow.
Boomer bust.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah. Maybe they'll just win every challenge. I mean, they seem, honestly, that seems like a pretty physical tribe. I don't think they would be the disaster tribe, at least. Mm-hmm. Even the nerds on that tribe seem more physical than your typical nerd, so we'll see.
Just like, yeah. But I mean, do we need a disaster tribe? That's
I
the
feel like
bigger
we know
question.
who the disaster tribe's going to be.
Blue? Question mark?
I don't know what colors they are.
Wait, then
Who's on
how do you
blue?
know? Wait,
Are you talking about the one with Savannah and Rizo, or the third one?
The third one.
yeah, blue.
Blue. Yeah, I don't disagree. That's the normal people versus the wackos tribe. So, speaking of which, we got at least 2 more wackos from that tribe to draft. So we'll see where they get picked. Drew, with the third to last pick, who would you like to take?
Which one of the wackos? They're all kind of wacko, the 3 that are left.
The 3 that are left are very wacko.
Annie, Jeremiah, and Shannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my tea with Shannon. Actually, I don't want to talk about that. I was going to say why I wasn't going to pick her, but then I was like, I should just not talk about her. So because I mean, I have someone from red and I have someone from yellow, and I think why not be cyclical and pick someone from blue? And I think between Jeremiah and Annie, I got better vibes about Annie, but I think Jeremiah has more potential in the game, so I'm gonna go Jeremiah. I think like even though he is probably a little bit annoying from first glance, I think he does seem very social, very likable, I also think like no hate to maybe like Nicole or Annie, but I don't think he's going to be one of those first boots on the blue tribe unless he like really sucks. But he just, I mean, he's talked about being a super fan, like watching it since season 2. Like, I have some faith that he like knows what he's doing and is able to like put connections to work and like start that social game. And just so it'll just be like a personal preference of maybe like, I don't know, because every once in a while there are people on Survivor where I'm just like, you're too much, I can't handle you. And I'm wondering if maybe he's approaching that, but I feel like the vibes I'm getting from that or is that he's only that vibe like on a TV through a screen. I don't think he like person to person, like on the island, he will be that vibe. I'm hoping, knock on wood.
Yeah.
So I'm going with him.
I don't know. He was dead last on my list, but
Yeah, this was the person I did not want.
yeah.
That's what I assumed, but I'm taking a risk. I'm taking a risk.
I honestly, it's not even because I think I mean, if I were like predicting everyone, I don't even necessarily think Jeremiah is pre-merge. I mainly just the vibes were just so crazy. I was like, I just don't know if I can have that on my team. But I think that he could do better than you might expect him to do. I do think he will be very friendly and sociable, but yeah, that intensity is just. Whew.
Yeah. But I'm just like in the grand scheme of things, I think he has a much better chance of going further in the game than either Annie or Shannon. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Lucy, did you have anything else to say?
No.
Okay. Well, final 2 picks here. Comes down to Lucy. You get to pick between Annie or Shannon. And the final pick will then go to Roma. It's the last pick of the draft. Up to you.
Okay. I don't really want either of them, but I have to go with my Portland queen, who is the most Portland-looking person I have ever seen in my life. I actually think she's more normal than I thought she would be when I looked at her picture. I don't know how far she'll go, but I want Annie. I think she seems cool. I don't know. I think that Shannon is so obviously the sixth out of that tribe, whereas I do feel like there's more like moving pieces, room to improve in the other tribe, even if they're like the worst one. I just think that there's more like nuances in that tribe and like things could kind of go either way. I don't know. Yeah, I just think she's cool. I don't think she's as crazy as she like looks. She's more like down to earth than I expected.
Yeah.
And she's from Portland, so can't go wrong there.
Was this who you talked about earlier when you were like, I want to draft someone?
She's a lot higher than like I think any of you had.
She wasn't that low on my list.
She's
wasn't
like
that low on mine either
for me.
I agree. I think that like she gave a lot better vibes in like hearing her speak than I expected. I just think that like just again kind of based on archetype and whatnot, I just think it's tough, and I think that tribe is gonna struggle. So I think it's gonna be tough for her. But I do think that she seemed a lot more level-headed than I expected. I think she talked about she wants to like get out there, find idols, like, get things done. I don't think she's gonna be like a mothering type. She's gonna.
And I don't think she's gonna win, but I think if she can make it out of that tribe, she could kind of go far as someone they don't see as a threat, and maybe be like a no vote finalist or something like that.
Yeah, I can see that. She's got a lot of comparisons to Seuss May. I've seen, so
shout out Sue.
It's possible. Trashy Annie.
Yes, I love that.
Well, yes.
All right, and then Roma with the last pick.
I'll take Shannon.
I thought I would like her so much more than I do.
I didn't like her. She was ranked pretty low for me. She wasn't ranked last, so this isn't like worst case scenario for me. I know she knows Boston Rob, and like he gave her advice. Okay, maybe she'll use it. Maybe she won't. I think she's got it in the bag. I'm rooting for her now. But she could also be the first boot. I see her being the first boot, and that's chill. I'm still happy to have her on my team. She seems great. I feel like I have a good little trio of women to get behind. So I like my team. That's all I've got. to say
She
about it
also
all.
took advice, I believe, from AI Jesus.
Yes.
Which,
So-
like, girl, what?
I know. I thought that she would be like a just looking at her, I thought she'd be more of like a who was
Like
that?
a crystal type person.
like Caroline from 40 whatever she was. Just like kind of like boring but like smart.
Oh yeah, like on photo, yeah.
Yes, by photo, not by what she said. As soon as she
Yeah.
opened her mouth, I was like, okay, you're at the bottom of my list.
No, I agree. I like on like just first impression when I've seen the photo, I thought, oh, I feel like she'll be pretty high on my list. And then here everyone talking about her, and she's like, oh, she's like, I'm like, oh, this is strange.
No hate to her. But she did say in her bio, she said, I used to be on antidepressants before I found my love for travel, meditation, and God.
Oh boy.
And she remembers being in the womb, which will be very helpful in Survivor in some way that we do not know yet.
I think she talked about she's very like wants to be on Survivor for the experience. She just wants to be out there and experience it. I actually listen, I'm still not as low on her as like we're making it out to seem. I do think she has upside.
We are going a little hard on her.
I would have drafted her over Sage on that tribe personally. But
I think for me I don't know. I agree. I think like if I was to go on Survivor, I mean obviously $1 million is great, but I would be doing it primarily for the experience of like playing the game and being immersed and living out there in the wild. But like that's kind of all she talks about. And like, yeah, like Boston Rob worked at her bar.
that is now the Survivor Cafe, I believe.
Okay, so it's giving Nepo Baby, it's giving rigged.
It is giving them a baby.
Get her out. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Sage had a stronger understanding and like explanation of how she's going to play the game, which is I don't think I got from Shannon. Although I'm sure she's very nice and I'm excited to see her play. Like, I also think a big factor in that is compared to like the other people on the Red Tribe, she definitely seems a bit more disconnected.
Yeah.
So
I just want to know what AI Jesus told her to do.
it's like what was that guy who was on Big Brother this season? Forget his name. The one who asked AI how to play Big Brother, and then he was out first. Zay, yeah. Like, maybe this is a sign. If like people who use AI go out early in both Big Brother and Survivor, then the world will say, okay, no more AI.
Yeah.
Rip.
So let's hope.
Janky.
Okay, I have to go.
Well,
Okay.
Bye, Rome.
Bye, Roma.
well, that's the draft. Thank you all.
Can we see the list?
Excited for the
Do you have
season.
that?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, I picked one from every tribe. I didn't even
Look
do
at
it on
us,
purpose.
Lucy.
Yeah, look at you. You guys got like a little Neapolitan sandwiches there. So these are our teams. Roma with Savannah, Nicole, and Shannon.
Jossie has all men.
Classic.
Classic.
I don't know that this is gonna help Jossie.
Beat the allegations.
When I saw Alex and it was her number one was Savannah, and then it was Alex and Jake, and I was like, that is so Jossie.
Yeah.
Like, that is Jossie's team
I just
right
don't
there.
think any of these men are gonna make it that far, too.
Well, I guess we'll have to tune in to see.
Yeah.
Start this week.
Yeah.
Ryan with Rizzo, Sophie with an I, and Sage.
I think Ryan probably has the. Well, let me review.
Were you gonna say best or worst?
I was gonna say strongest. I think. I mean, because I felt really good, really good about Sophie with an I, and then also the fact that like Rizo is on 50, and so you're kind of expecting him to go far, and then Sage, I think, you know, is physical enough where I think she could reach the merge. I think he probably has the strongest team.
Yeah.
But knock on wood, he loses.
Yeah, I mean, and then otherwise, Lucy, how do you feel about your team? Jason, Nate, and Annie.
I'm feeling fine. Like not good, not bad.
Kind of an older team. Maybe.
Yeah, I hope that Nate and Annie surprise me. I'm putting a lot of faith in Jason. But, you know, it's what it is.
Drew, your team of Kristina, Jawan, and Jeremiah.
I'm pretty happy with my team. Kristina and Jawan were definitely two of the people I was most excited about, so I'm very glad I got them. I'm also glad I kind of challenged myself to not pick Savannah and Rizo, because like as much as I just wanted to be like, oh, they're on 50, like, well, let me snatch them up. Again, the more I think about it is like, that's not guaranteeing they win. So I'm glad I challenged myself and I didn't let that sort of affect my judgment. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if I were picking like my dream team of 3, there probably would be other people I would swap out for Jeremiah. But considering how the draft went, I'm pretty happy with my team. And I'm hoping that all 3 of them tie a 3-way final tribal council, because that would be amazing. Because then I would win 3 times.
Honestly, I think your team is pretty strong too, Drew. And then my team of Sophie, MC, and Matt.
I like your team. I just worry about it all being on the same.
I do worry about it all being the same tribe. Yeah.
But hey, you never know. They could be like 3 out of the whatever it is. Because you know every New Era season, it's like one of the tribe is the blank number, and that could be them.
The what?
The what?
You know, like it's like the wait, give me a second to look up like any of these tribe names, because they all flow together.
Like I see what you're saying.
Like the Tika 3 or
like the Tika
Reba
3,
4.
the Reba 4, the Tuku whatever, the what was the one that Kyle was on? Or the swapped one, like the whatever. Yeah, you know, it's like every season has like, oh, the one tribe and their one group number of people that all stick together. Like, so you never know.
It's true.
I can definitely see Sophie and MC being in that group. I don't know if Matt would be a part of that group, but my options were limited at that point, and I felt like I honestly feel like Sophie and MC were my top 2 picks other than Savannah, so I feel very strongly about getting both of them, and so Matt is just like the fun wild card at the end. If Matt was on a different tribe, I would feel better about this, but yeah. And so that's all for the draft. Anyways, everyone, that is all I have for the video today. Very fun draft. Always fun to get together with my friends from Survivor Northwestern to talk about it. If you want to see more of this crew, you can go watch Survivor Northwestern Into the Gauntlet. New episodes coming out very soon of season 5. I'm in it, and I am also very involved in production, so would appreciate it if you would go check that out. And of course, I also have new videos coming out for Survivor 49 very soon, talking about the edgic of the premiere of the season and every week following that. So we are back, baby, back in the Survivor season, coming out of Australia versus the world, back into American Survivor in the full swing of things. So very excited to be talking about this new season. So make sure to press the subscribe button if you want to see the rest of those videos of me talking about Survivor 49 and the edgic analysis, analyzing the edit of the season as we go along. And also, you can follow me on Twitter at Truest Northern on there. I've been tweeting a lot about Big Brother 27 that's coming to a close pretty soon. But maybe every now and then I'll tweet about Survivor as we head into that season as well. So you can follow me on there if you want to see my thoughts as we go along. And that's basically all I got. I appreciate you watching the video. I have been North. Stay frosty, y'all.